Aloha. Welcome to TMDR, the Maui Daily Report for Friday, March 28th, 2025. I'm Chivo Ching Johnson. These are some of the stories that may interest you today. It's tax season, and federal cuts have temporarily closed the IRS office in Wailuku with no timeline to reopen. The lack of full-time IRS employees on neighbor islands impacts seniors the most, who may not be able to navigate services online. Federal health, human services programs, Medicare, SNAP, and Meals on Wheels are also facing cutbacks. Congresswoman Jill Takuda is urging constituents to reach out to her office if you need help. Maui County Council Chair Alice Lee expressed concern over rising residential property tax assessments and their impact on Mayor Bisson's proposed $1.51 billion fiscal year 2026 budget, which is 25% larger than last year's budget. While the budget proposes lower tax rates for owner-occupied homes, some residents report higher bills due to increased assessments. Lee also questioned the need for more revenue given the county's 600 job vacancies. The council begins budget hearings Monday at 9 a.m. in Wailuku and also begins the district budget hearings countywide. Lee assured the public that the council will thoroughly review and evaluate possible reductions. The budget hearings in chambers will be carried live on Akaku Channel 53. If you are thinking about buying a new car, you are about to pay through the nose. Now that a 25% tariff is imposed on imported automobiles on April 3rd, you can expect prices to go up sooner rather than later. Foreign car parts and repair costs will also rise. 75% of the vehicles sold in Hawaii are made in another country, and the only car made entirely in the U.S. and not subject to tariffs is, you guessed it, Tesla, owned by none other than, guess who, Elon Musk. There is a deadly fentanyl epidemic in Hawaii, according to experts. It was so bad 2 years ago that 5 or more overdoses a day were happening. Maui had the most deaths in 2023. Now, people think they are ingesting cocaine, but it is really fentanyl. Fentanyl is also being laced with a variety of other drugs: heroin, OxyContin, cocaine, and THC. Now experts warn that a more potent form of the drug, called carfentanil, is 100 times stronger than regular fentanyl and is now in circulation on our streets. The County of Maui Department of Planning is inviting community members to attend the first open house for the Central Maui Community Plan process in a garage. That's right, the event will take place on Friday, April 4th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Wailuku parking garage during the Wailuku First Friday celebration. This is an opportunity for residents to learn more about the community planning process, engage in discussions about issues affecting Central Maui, review key information, and meet the project team. The Hawaii Intermediate Court of Appeals ruled in favor of Malama Kakanilua and members Claire Opana and Kaniloa Kaumaunu in a case challenging the Board of Land and Natural Resources, or BLNR, and its handling of archaeological permits. The court found that BLNR wrongly placed the burden of proof on Malama Kakanilua and in a contested case. Permitting issues led to the desecration of Iwi Kupuna. The County of Maui Office of Economic Development will begin accepting fiscal year 2026 grant applications on Tuesday, April 1st. This round of grants is supposed to support projects and events that create positive economic impacts here in Maui County. Nonprofit and for-profit organizations are welcome to apply, and the deadline is April 30th. Applications must be submitted via Submittable at mauioed.submittable.com/submit. You will also find the Fiscal Year 26 Grant Handbook at this same web address. In this week's legislative update, Senator Angus McKelvey reminds us that Prince Kuhio is honored for his undying loyalty to his people, as he spent his life working to restore many of the things that were taken from them by force. Here is Senator Angus McKelvey.
What's the deal with Prince Kuhio? Aloha, everybody. I'm Senator Angus McKelvey, representing West and South Maui, and this week we celebrated Prince Kuhio Day. Prince Jonah Kuhio Kalanaʻaʻaʻole was a prominent figure in Hawaiian history. He was known for his leadership and steadfast advocacy for Native Hawaiian rights. Born on March 26, 1871, into the royal family of Hawaii, he was educated at the Royal School and Punahou School, later studying abroad in California and England. His political career started as a delegate to the U.S. Congress, which he was elected to first in 1902 and held it for nearly 2 decades. And during that time, he advocated tirelessly for Native Hawaiian rights, including the preservation of Hawaiian land and culture. This led up to the instrumentality of the passage of the Hawaii Homes Commission Act of 1920, which aimed to provide homesteads for Native Hawaiians. Founded the Hawaiian Civic Club movement and promoted civic engagement and cultural preservation, which was on display yesterday at the Capitol, as hundreds came from around Hawaii to celebrate Prince Kuhio Day and remind us of our never-ending duty to the Native Hawaiian people, especially those who are sitting and languishing on the waiting list. Justice denied is justice delayed. And therefore, Prince Kuhio Day serves as a memory of our never-ending, unfinished work to give back to the Hawaiian people what was lost to them. Aloha, and have a great week.
A bill allowing sex trafficking victims to file civil lawsuits against perpetrators has passed the Senate Judiciary Committee unanimously and now moves to the full Senate. House Bill 111 also extends the civil statute of limitations to 10 years. A 2018 report estimated that 74,362 potential sex buyers in Hawaii, with 1 in 11 adult males identified as online sex shoppers. Advocates say this measure is key to supporting survivors and accountability in a state with a high risk for sex trafficking. Kihei Charter School will host its 8th annual Hawaiian Luau on Saturday, April 5th, from 5 to 7:30 p.m. at its campus, which is at 650 Lipoa Parkway. The fundraiser supports the school's athletic programs, and the school offers 11 MIL sports across fall, winter, and spring seasons. The event will feature Kathy Collins as MC, music by Anthony Fluke, and hula performances. Discounted tickets are available in advance, with information available at kiheicharter.org. A newly built halau va'a named Halepili was blessed on March 21st in Makena, marking another step in preserving Native Hawaiian architecture and cultural knowledge. Led by master builder Palani Sinensi and his team, the structure now enters stewardship under Makena Golf and Beach Club's OEV Resources Department. The blessing gathered many cultural practitioners, community members, and lineal descendants of Makena, with remarks from local officials. April is coming, and April is Tsunami Awareness Month in Hawaii, commemorating the April 1st, 1946 tsunami that killed 159 people after a quake in the Aleutian Islands. The disaster led to the creation of the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, now serving the U.S. and over 25 countries. Evacuation maps and preparedness information are available on NOAA's Tsunami Aware website. The Hawaii DOE also released a video covering tsunami types, warning signs, and response planning. Make sure you stay informed about critical updates and safety information by receiving emergency alerts from the Maui Emergency Management Agency, or MEMA. You should sign up at the county's official website below. MEMA alerts to your phone are very important. Now, up next, we have a clip from the 2025 updated tsunami preparedness video. Check this out.
There used to be a school down on Lapahoehoe Point, which is right down at sea level. In that tsunami, 20 children and 4 teachers were killed by the tsunami. It's especially tragic because nobody understood what they were seeing. The first wave was just gentle flooding, and then the ocean receded. People went out on the receding ocean. And it wasn't until the third wave came along, which was half an hour after the first wave, that anybody died. So if anyone had understood what they were looking at, they could have just walked away from the ocean and nobody would have died. The most damaging tsunamis come from big subduction zone earthquakes. Those are earthquakes that occur where the ocean is sliding down underneath the edge of the continent. The overriding plate, the continent, gets deformed more and more and more, and eventually it can't take it anymore, and it breaks and releases, and that's the earthquake. So you're changing the shape of the ocean bottom over a huge area of the seafloor in just a few minutes, faster than the water can flow out of the way. The seafloor lifts up the ocean, and you get a lump of excess water at the sea surface, and that lump collapses in it, and that produces waves. The waves attack the nearby shoreline, but they also spread out across the ocean to us in Hawaii. And it's not just one wave, it's a whole bunch of waves, because the initial lump oscillates. And the waves are a very long distance apart. They may be 100 miles or more from one wave to the next.
In 1960, the greatest earthquake ever measured happened in Chile. It took 16 hours for that tsunami to reach Hawaii. In 2011, Japan produced an enormous tsunami which crossed the entire Pacific Ocean. That tsunami took 8 hours to reach Hawaii. Our closest and most dangerous threat is from Alaska, which is 4 to 5 hours. The locally generated tsunami is what keeps me awake at night. The main danger for tsunamigenic events is Hawaii Island. We have a couple of spots on the island of Hawaii that are a specific concern. The first one is down south at Kalapana. And there, the tsunami can arrive in less than 2 minutes if you are that close. And you can watch from the video the travel times. 14 minutes to Hilo, 20 minutes to Kailua Kona, Hana, 25 minutes, Ka'alui, 41 minutes, Honolulu, 46 minutes, and Kauai, 54. You might hear a loud roar or a huge rumble. But the other thing you might hear is complete silence. If the water pulls out, there is no ocean on the shoreline any longer, and you won't hear the waves lapping. Well, what do you feel? You feel it shaking. If the shaking is so strong that it knocks you down, then as soon as you're able to, you need to get to high ground.
The video you just watched was cut down from a 16-minute video, which is packed full of good information, and it is well worth watching. To watch the entire video, go to 2025 Updated Tsunami Preparedness Video on YouTube. Now we will check in with Rick Shonley for the Molokai Sports Report, followed up by our community photographs in Daniel Emhoff's Aloha Friday Photo Finish.
Aloha, sports fans, wherever you may be. My name is Rick Shonley. We're at the studios of Akaku in downtown Kanakakai, Molokai, and this is the Molokai Sports Report. Spring sports in full swing. Last weekend, up at the barn, Molokai boys volleyball got 2 victories over the Lanai Pine Lads. It was a great time up at the barn. Molokai got the sweep on Friday, 25-22, 25-19, and 25-20. On Saturday, Molokai got the sweep again, 3-0, 25-23, 25-21, and 25-21. They are now 2-2 on the season. and they will travel this weekend over to Lanai City. Good luck to Holly Domingo and his players. Girls softball got their season started. On Friday, they lost to Lanai Pine Lasses 29-20, but they came back on Saturday and got the victory 24-14. And Layla Hooper Pfeiffer hit a home run in that game. The Lady Farmers are 1-1, and they travel to Hana this weekend. Also last weekend, boys baseball traveled over to Maui, and they got 2 victories over Kulani Hakoi at Maui High School Field. On Friday, they won 11-1. On Saturday, they won 4-1. So congratulations, Milton Liu and Molokai Boys Baseball, as they are 4-0. Their next home games will be April 11th and 12th at Duke Malio Regional Park against Seabury. On Saturday the 12th, we will honor our seniors that day. And ladies and gentlemen, history will be made this weekend as Molokai girls flag football is on the road for Jamboree-style games at Lahaina Luna High School. They are traveling with 15 girls and 3 coaches, and they will have 2 games on Friday at Lahaina Luna. At 4 p.m. they will take on Baldwin High School. At 5:30 p.m. on Friday, they will take on Kamehameha Maui. On Saturday, they have an 8 a.m. game against Lahaina Luna. History being made with girls flag football in spring sports all over the nation. And it's big in Hawaii, as you've seen on the news. So good luck, farmers, as Molokai Athletics is on the road this weekend. My name is Rick Schonley. We are at the studios of Akaku in downtown Kaunakakai, Molokai. And this is the Molokai Sports Report. And we thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Aloha no. Kako.
That's it for today's Maui Daily Report. Mahalo for joining us, and please keep watching Akaku, channels 53, 54, and 55. You can watch Akaku at akaku.org or on your phone 24/7 with our free app Maui Stream. This is how we stay connected. I'm Chivo Chen Johnson. Have a great weekend. Have fun, stay healthy, and keep smiling. Aloha.